Up on the block, shop top, strip this of bad wiring, and I was left with this. So I need a new throttle and cable. Probably that's it when it comes to this. Because and maybe I guess other components on the other side too, but it's still pretty good. Wiring it is okay, and just gotta get it. It's already wired with the old wiring as best I guess they could from the factory. I think this is 79. So took off the front fender, so I'll get that mud splashing up in my face while I'm riding it. I just like the way that looks without the front fender, kind of like this one. Subtle differences between these years. Like this one didn't have turn signals. It's not wired for it. Makes it easier to wire. Well, restore the old wiring. Because it doesn't have all the components that one does. That's got turn signals and on the back too. It's a 80, the year that they started the turn signals. I think this is a 79 or a 77. One of the two. No, this is 79. They still didn't have they didn't have the turn signals in 79. Anyway, you see how that seat isn't as wide as that seat? Holds a bigger battery back there, and I believe another component for the turn signals. So that's a bigger battery and a bigger back than that. That's a smaller battery, less components this year. This year too. The green one. Took the fender off that one as well. This one needs to be stripped, and it will be stripped. See the back on that? It's short compared to the back on that, which is big. It's extended almost a good 1.5 inches. It's crazy. Anyway, made some progress. Put the engines on the bikes. And I'm just stepping it. Anyway, this one looks neat. I can't wait for this one. I could just get a gas can out of the crate over there, fill it up. Well, I guess on that one, because of all this being ready to go. I just need fuel lines and a fuel tank. This connected to this back here on this. All this wiring done. All the wiring back here, just pretty much connected the way that the diagram sets up. All this is ready to go. So, just waiting to get rewired. It is harder than it looks. Anyway, that's why it's not done yet. So, that's getting done. That's like the cherry on top. That one. This one's pretty basic. It's very basic. All the components are in there, kind of like this one. Very basic. I haven't seen a lot of videos describing under the seat mess. Like everyone's different. They're all different depending on, you know, what you got. This is old. This is all original. I just gotta plug in the battery. And I think this one's good. Plug in the motor, ground it up. Plug this in back here, which is already set. Ready to go. New bulbs. New bulbs. So, I just can't turn the motor on without the component up here and the throttle to be able to. But I do have one I could swap on that and that, or just both of these. But why would I do that? I just need to get new ones. So I need to get a throttle, and with all the wires, the right, and the kill switch and everything, whatever this is, for the left. That's your horn, turn signals, and your lights. It would probably be more like this. It would be just like that. And this is strictly lights and horn. That's all. Here it is. It's a little older. On this, I have to change this out because the inner piece here lost its little prong, a little hole right there that connects this and keeps it in place. It's like a stabilizer prong or whatever, like a little pin that's built into this, built in, and it's broke. See, right there in the middle. Anyway, so I gotta get a new one of these. So I gotta take this out. The trick is to remember how these wires come apart in here, because all the wiring harness comes together in here, travels down, and goes into there, and then travels down and comes out here. Another one comes up and pops out here. On all models. And then this one comes down and around and then comes here to here. So that's the whole wiring harness running this. And it's all coming together in here. And it's, I mean, you don't know what you're going to get in here or in here when you get these. You just don't know. And that's probably why they're running or not running when you get them. But that's the fun in restoring these guys. It's because you get the first time you get to see it, and the second time you get to actually experience it, you know. Let's see, this was the first one. And I thought if I could get these, they would help me, you know, be the model for this, to wire it. Because that diagram is hard to follow. And these guys are older than this. So the wiring is not the same because the turn signals and back here and the diagram is so different. So these will be easier to run and restore than this. Even though I got all the stuff and it's all there, it just needs to be connected right. And you need to have all the continuity correct, and I got all the components, it's all there, it's ready to go. Just needs to be hooked up and fueled and oiled. Because there's not a well, I guess there is oil in that one. That's the original. I gotta, I guess, change that oil in there. Because that's a good engine. It came like it could just start up. All I did was clean it up and put the pieces back together on it that were missing on this motor, because the original motor for this is that, and it's just sitting there. It's gorgeous, but it needs a new piston and a new crank, and I gotta take everything apart to put that in there, because the piston needs rings, piston rings, and needs a new crank and crankshaft, of course. But that's it. That's ready to go. And I got a new gasket to put in there too when I take that apart. And then it would be ready. And I need a new intake for the top of it and a carb. And it's ready. Ready to ride. And that just looks nice. See, compared to that. But this one's ready to go. Anyway, made some progress on this. It's coming together. Ripped out all the old wiring, unneeded, to put in the new. These will look neat when I get them done. Practically done, just gotta get these last few things. But thanks for watching.